Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name's Andy and I'm back again building my fourth model of Land of the Rising Sun Week. I've got myself a bottle of Kirin Ichiban, Japan's premium beer, and I'm going to have a little bit of taro mochi. I have no idea what taro is, but mochi, if you haven't checked them before, is basically a little rice cake with some gooey loveliness inside. So let's start off with a little bite of this, shall we? So squidgy. It's not purple on the inside, it's kind of brown. Gotta be honest with you, I've had a few of these and they've been quite nice, but this one tastes like old socks. Oh well, never mind. You can't win them all, can you? Right. As you can see, today we've been building on Nakajima J1N-1 Gekko, or Irving, of 1945. This is a night fighter setup, and we are going to be painting it very shortly with the old airbrush in XF27 black green. Unfortunately, that isn't quite the right colour, as it's supposed to be going in XF70 Imperial Japanese Navy D1 black green. But never mind, it's going to be near enough, hopefully. I don't unfortunately have that one. When I bought all my paints, I didn't have any anticipation of doing this particular kit. So let's get this nasty sock tasting mochi out of the way and replace it with a fine tasting beer. And we'll have a look at what we've actually managed to get done so far today. Incidentally, it's around about 8 o'clock at the moment. So as you can see, we've put the plane together. Some of it went together really quite well, and some of it we struggled with. We have actually done the primer coat so far. Now, as you can see, we've got the guns or cannon here at the bottom. These were originally painted in gunmetal grey, but I didn't realise I was going to have to insert them before the primer. I suppose it should have been obvious really, but so they've been primered over. These particular ones went in really easy. These ones on the top here, however, boy, did we have a struggle with those. Basically, the holes were actually slightly filled when we opened the kit up, and we actually had to extend the holes quite considerably using our trusty hobby knife, wherever that's gone. And we probably had to make them almost double in size, I think, solely because I just couldn't find a way to get the gun through the hole to sit on the mounting without it being at a really bizarre angle and being very at risk of breaking it. I've got to be honest with you, with the guns having to be in position through the whole, pretty much whole of the build process and the painting process has been a nightmare, because I've had to be really careful not to break the damn things, because obviously if you break them, they're broken. So yeah, we had a little bit of a problem down this side here. This section is actually inserted in. Now, I'm not quite sure whether when I'd been holding this, trying to deal with my extending my holes here, whether I'd squeezed it and bent it, distorted it slightly. But as you can maybe see, it really did not fit very well when I came to put it in, especially here at the back. So I've had to fill that in with our Vallejo plastic magic putty. We also have had a go at the with the Mr. Surface 500 cleaner, filler. Sorry, the Mr. Surfacer 500. As I am a novice at the end of the day, and putting these things together is always going to be a bit of a challenge, and the wings went together quite well. This bit, like I said, we had a bit of a problem with. The nacelles, I'm learning new words all the time as part of my degree course in aero engineering. We really did struggle with those, and we've really had to attack them with both the plastic putty and the Mr. Surfacer. And unfortunately, we've made a bit of a pig's ear with them. But never mind. Actually, it looks a bit better now it's been primered up. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe I might give it a little bit more attention before I put the top coat on. Or I might just say, sod it and leave it. I mean, I think the thing is, when you're actually learning this hobby, for me personally, having sort of hashed together a few kits and tried quite hard to build a couple of others, is when you actually look at these and you see the mistakes, it's kind of a reminder. So, you know, you look at it and you go, I remember making that mistake now. I can't make that mistake again, or I know where I failed in trying to rectify the mistake. And it's kind of like a reminder. I just kind of look at one or two of them and I go, yeah, no, I see where I went wrong on that one. And I think that trying to make them, for me, make them really, really perfect at the moment, it kind of defeats the object, because I can, you know, obviously you can spend as much time as you want trying to build these things, but I do have a tendency to rush things, obviously. But I mean, some of the mistakes that I am making, it is actually good to have these around you so you actually learn from the process. That's just the way I look at it. I mean, I'm not saying that's the way you should use, anybody else should do it, but that's just the way that I learn. I learn by mistakes. And if you have your mistakes hanging around, well, sometimes you sort of look at them and go, it reminds you to be careful with that particular part of the process. So anyway, that's the way I look at it, and that's the way I'm looking at my mistake making at the moment. So yeah, there we go. We're going to go and put a top coat on this now, and maybe we'll be in the same position by around about midnight where we have a sort of 75% completed plane. We have actually started doing some painting of the canopy, and I am a little bit concerned about the colour because it is quite green as opposed to being quite black. So I am actually thinking about throwing a bit of black in with the green to make it a bit darker, because it doesn't, excuse me, it doesn't actually look that much different from, where are you? It doesn't actually look that much different from the Shinden and the Jake that I built. They're actually in the cupboard at the moment. I'm not getting them out because I'd have to move out of the way. So yeah, so there we go. We're kind of getting there. We've got most of the other parts painted up and ready to go on, including the propellers, which we've done in the correct colour brown this time. We have a couple of auxiliary fuel tanks there ready painted up. I'm not exactly sure where they go, as there doesn't seem to be any sort of guide holes. Maybe you have to drill them. Not sure. I'll have a look at the instructions later on and see where they go. Otherwise we'll just chuck them in the spares box. And obviously we've got our undercarriage pretty much ready to go as well. So yeah, so hopefully by about midnight we might have this one kind of 75% complete. Tomorrow, back to the request show, I think we're going to try and have a go at this Kawanishi E15K1 Shion, as that one has had a couple of votes. That one's made by RS Models. I've never heard of RS Models. I do have quite a lot of kits, and I haven't got another RS Models one. So I'll do a what's on the box for that one either late on this evening or tomorrow morning, and we'll get on and build that one. Obviously it's a bit smaller, so it should be a little bit easier. And that's about all I have to say for now, apart from I'm going to go paint. So cheers. I hope you enjoyed this little catch-up video. Please like and subscribe, and join me for my model building ride. And don't ever get taro mochi, they taste like old socks. Be seeing you.